The Climate Pilot Program challenged Nolan and Kathy Stokes of Falls Church, Virginia, to make big changes around their home.
We've got somebody upstairs replacing a lot of the windows. We had single pane windows that needed to be replaced with double pane windows, and that's happening. And the biggest project is that we've got a 40-ton drilling truck in our front yard, and we're drilling a 600-foot well to put in a ground source heat pump.
Nolan Stokes figures with a federal tax credit plus lower heating and cooling bills, he'll recover his $30,000 investment for the geothermal system.
I think we'll save thousands of dollars a year.
Kathy Stokes says when the family signed on as climate pilots with the Swedish embassy last July, they wanted direction.
We kept thinking and saying there's got to be more to reducing our carbon footprint than just changing the light bulbs and recycling.
Lars Roth is first environment secretary at Sweden's embassy in Washington. He says the program builds on the idea that individual actions can make a difference in the global environment.
In the end, it comes down to consumer choices, what each one of us decides to do in our daily lives.
40 years ago, Sweden was largely dependent on imported fossil fuels like oil, coal, and natural gas, like the United States is today. After the oil embargo of 1973 and fuel price hikes later on, Sweden introduced policies that moved the country to renewable sources and nuclear energy. Today, each Swede generates on average 7.4 metric tons of carbon each year, compared to 23.5 metric tons by the average American. The Climate Pilot Program encourages Americans to make changes in energy use, food consumption, leisure activities, and transportation. Activities Americans aren't used to questioning, says Nolan Stokes.
We got a little training from the Swedes, and it was just some encouragement to actually start critically looking at what we were doing.
The Stokeses began to check kilowatt usage, plug leaks, install insulation, carpool more, and cut down on the consumption of meat.
I don't feel like we're sacrificing in any way. I think if people were more aware of the easy things they can do to reduce their carbon footprint, I think they'd do them.
I just totally agree. Somebody's got to make noise about doing it, and we're willing to do that.
Kathy and Nolan Stokes are teaching their children, Lee and Riker, to turn off the lights, use less hot water, and compost food.
And they're really focused on it.
They're just totally on board with the whole thing.
I tell my friends not to use that much electricity as they used to. It sort of means like do stuff that would be better for the earth.
The couple supports legislation to curb carbon emissions, but even without new laws, they feel every American can do more to emit less. Well, it took a push from Sweden to jumpstart their greener lifestyle. They hope as climate pilots they can blaze a trail to a more earth-friendly future. Rosanne Skirble, VOA News, Washington.